completed within the city itself yet. So this triple titanium is why we came over here. We wanted that really, really bad. That production is going to be insane. Where do we send you? Up and around, it looks like. That's awkward. Also awkward. We can't attack that because they are there. So hopefully they'll part the Red Sea and allow us through. Go check that out. That's very annoying. So that's the second to last one we were looking for. And since Amity is on it, we will have to be allies with her or at war with her to get that. Like I said, I don't even remember if it's worthwhile, but it was something that as we're exploring the map anyway, which we've actually done a pretty good job of doing. We're not even 100 turns into the game. And for the most part, we've explored the whole map. We just haven't done this section next to Daoming. We probably won't until after we're no longer at war with her. As you can see, the AI is aggressive about its mood swings in the hardest difficulty. And if we go look once again at diplomacy to give relative power level, we found all three of those. We haven't actually quote unquote earned any affinity levels yet. And they're at 4, 6, 5, 7, and 2. So she is going to destroy us if she actually comes over with any sizable military at all. Like, our units are just gonna not be comparable to what she's doing. Come over here and upgrade the food on the fungal plot. I think that's saying I can't reach it, which is quite unfortunate. So that is just going to go up. Reveal to me your secrets. Yep, you've got a military. Not surprised by that at all. Excellent. Let's see what we can get here. Really dislike that one. Genomath Bass is really good. Over at operation speed. If we don't have something more impressive to spend, oh man, that one's good. That one's good. All of these are excellent. What does this get us? So we can invest and get that, and then these three would get us expedition speed. Those are both pretty good. We'll consider that. Just take the flat production. We're not trying to rush a military, though maybe we should be. Make sure she's not sending land units over to here. Though Aswatadidi is not a small city, so it would be able to pretty well hold its own. Go grab that. That'll be your last one, and then we need to bring you home to pick up more modules. Free solar collector, we will absolutely take it. You come grab that. And then you are probably going to go ahead and come back and grab this and just reload your modules at that point. We will take more energy. We like more money. Money's good. All there. Try not to get trapped. That's gonna suck really bad if they like just trap that unit in. I might just delete it because that's energy every turn. Like it costs energy for us to maintain this unit. She's making fun of the fact that our units are not don't have veterancy levels. Mostly because they just haven't been in fights. And just make sure she's not sending units across the way. If they're land units, we're just going to kill them. Sweet. We're actually going to probably start bringing this down. How many do you have? You have 3. Annoying. We want that. But we also definitely want an extra level up. I actually normally take this, but I think we want the science. We need to start focusing on science. Absolutely, friend. For you, anything. Fact. On that note...
Bonjour, mon ami.
What do you say, friend? This could bite us in the butt. Like I said, now she can drag us into wars. I don't know why she would. We're not... Like... Magus is good at fighting. Magus's units are not good at fighting. So we would have to really strategically outmaneuver our opponents. Just because, relatively speaking, we are not strong because their affinity levels are just so much higher than ours. Anything we can just snag? Yeah, we're going to kill that. What about over here? Good to know. So she is sending land units out to the sea. So she has 1, 2... That's probably where Keon started. 3, 4. Working on her 5th city. Yikes. We are on 3. We will go ahead and finish grabbing that. Not have miasma, so that's good news. That. Hopefully we'll find some more artifacts here. Yeah, I want you to complete that. I do like the Panopticon. Trying to figure out if I think that's worth spending 10 turns for. Sight is good as you get into wars, so that you can adjust to the layout of your enemy's units. So we're going to go ahead and try and rush that wonder, quote unquote rush. I was originally going to use this submersible to explore the polar caps. But since we're in a war, I'm actually going to bring it over. Wrong one. What do we have more of over here? So coast is the shallow water and ocean tiles are the deep water. It looks to me like we have more coast here, or can make it so that we have more coast here. So we're going to give our submersibles bonus when they attack things on coast terrain. As you can see, coast in the upper right hand corner there by the map, whereas this is ocean. What did I get attacked by? We're going to back you up and heal you. Take a gander. What we haven't unlocked here in the ocean. Finding more nests. Gift that just keeps on giving. How far are you away from over here? So, like, I'm gonna have a mini offensive. Like, not going to accomplish a whole lot on their own, just those two soldiers. But we can make things annoying for her at least. Yep. That's battleship. We actually do need to run away from that. In fact, that might one-shot us. So that sucks. I have a raptor bug under my control. Would really have preferred this be the flying bug. How can I make this thing actually useful? Let's run it over here and try and explore into her territory because we kind of don't care about it. There's a slim chance that that explorer actually makes it. As I expected. One destroyer bombardment can kill our patrol boats because her affinity score is just so much higher than ours. What's attacking here? Who are you at war with? Oh, right. When LOD and I became allied, she got pulled into the war that I was in. So by doing that, I have pitted these two against each other. I'm willing to bet LOD actually has a military, whereas I, for all practical intents and purposes, do not. Yeah, she's level 7 Harmony right now versus level 7 Purity. So how the rough flavor of the different affinities that you can be in this game. I have a tendency to like Harmony, which means that you work with the planet's ecosystem and the alien life. So you're living in harmony with them. Supremacy is basically you want to become the Borg from Star Trek. And Purity is humanity above all. So kind of Starship Troopers, sort of. And so you are all in on the human race being the pure race. Or all about Team Human. You can go into all of these, and as you hybrid, you will actually unlock bonuses as well. Each of these rings is a level. So at level 2, I unlock the ability of my trade routes to be able to ignore miasma tiles and just move through them. I get additional xenomass at level 5, etc., etc., etc. My units take no damage once I hit level 8, and then there's a good chance I'm going to end up getting kind of some of all of these lower tier ones. So then you get just bonuses for having hybrid. And there are hybrid units, and there are unique units within all of the harmony and combination of all of the affinities, as well as the combination of affinities. So it's just kind of how affinity works in a nutshell, in addition to being tied to your unit. We're sending you at that because we only have one left anyway. Seeing all there is to see, we'll zoom you back down around here. Where is my capital? I'm gonna go spy agency into defense perimeter. How much money do I have? I believe I can afford a defense perimeter if I need to. I would much rather not. Nope, not quite. But I will be able to in a few turns. So worst case scenario, I can probably just hold the line. Then hopefully LOD can just kick her butt. LOD has several land cities. So she is not as weak as Daoming is in this particular ocean because water city, and those can just get wrecked. Now we've built one. We are going to upgrade just to make it so that this is tougher. I like my units to be specifically good at wherever it is they fight. You have one more. That's right, we were going to send you back up here. I should have explored that. I didn't think about him actually taking it over. So now at this point it is very unlikely that we will be able to get the biome upgrade, whatever it is. Not necessarily that we need to. I'm just going to hang out there for a turn. Wait for the waters to part, so to speak. Exploring with our raptor bug. Oh. Quality's losing. Yep. That's a thing. I thought when I was allied with her, I would be able to see what she sees. Apparently that's not the case.
Bonjour, mon ami.
Interesting. Very interesting. All right, well, we'll see what our subpar military can do as far as offering help. Now upgrade some tiles there. You can now move through. We got our first alien relic. We want 2 more of those, and we want to get Sky Chitin.
The third.
We want Pharma Labs to be health specific. We're almost back into the positives. This is one of the reasons why I really like 3 ore cities, because I like to have a good health. I like to have positive health to really help with the individual expansion of my cities, as well as science and virtue upgrades. Cost less the less number of cities you have. So those points will go up if you have more cities. So that's kind of how they balanced like just rushing cities. Minor defeat. What happens if I defend there? They'll probably attack. Oh no. Oh wait, that's fine. Making our way through the alien colony there. Yep, she attacked. Not surprised by that. Go over here. Apparently I can't pop that because I ran out of movement. For shame, for shame. We're going to kill our trade unit there is what we were trying to do. I need this unit to not get killed, so we're gonna kind of hang back a bit. Oh, here's the last one. We actually know where all of these are, we just can't reach 2 of them. Really want that. Is it worth risking this thing's life for? Probably not right now, because we still need to explore up here, and there might be some expeditions we can complete first. We're just going to let this thing keep punching that guy. So we're actually going to leave it there in the forest and mountain, both of which give it a bonus on defense. So because of the terrain, it's actually doing fine here. It's still losing, but it'll heal a little every turn, and that thing's in miasma. So if this thing stays here and keeps trying to kill this, eventually I do think the raptor bug will win that fight, which is pretty awesome considering that this is an upgraded armor. So we're just going to leave that and let it happen. Moving these over. Hopefully they part the way so that we can bring this cutter down here. Really need some new affinity soon. Holy crap. She just wrecked that. Fight that. Fight that. No way you're catching that now. Let's come back down here. That trade unit's gone. It just moves much faster than our Shocker soldier unit moves. Excellent, they got out of the way like we were hoping, so we get to move that back. So you can kind of see how you move units around the map during a war. Fortify positions, things of that nature. So we have unlocked spies. And how spying works, I like to have a higher chance of operation success for my like headquarter quote unquote upgrade. You start with 3 and you can unlock more agents. They can die on missions, and if they do, they just get replaced X amount of turns later by a new spy. As they complete missions, they will level up to have a higher chance of success, unlocking new missions, making the espionage in a city rise faster or lower faster if you're using them on the defensive, as well as a higher chance of survival. So now that I've unlocked covert operations, we banked up a bunch of diplomatic capital. And now we're going to go over here to political, and we forewent a bunch of early upgrades to get settle. And then we're going to max our level of settle. So now our covert agents finish operations 25% faster, and they are less likely to die in those operations. Because you can succeed and still, the agent can still die. So we are going to go, we're going to assign a bunch of these. Now, we need to kind of keep an eye on our defensive. We got to spy agency relatively quickly. So it doesn't surprise me that there aren't really other spies out yet. In fact, we're going to kind of take a gander around, because if there are enemy spies, they will actually be active and we'll be able to see those. So we don't like... Oh, I'm trying to send you there. Why aren't you... Is this bugged? Oh, sure. So somebody has spies in Ainsa. To send you to Tiangong. We don't like her, or she doesn't like us, I should say. And we don't like her. Oh wait, we have a quest. Let's do the quest. So we can go to Grand Éxito. You want me to spy on my ally? I mean, it unlocks an agent, so I'm going to do it, but I'm really unhappy about this. Man, this sucks. Do not want to spy on her. So we have a quest point where we can pick which affinity we want to move towards. So we're going to pick the option of the harmony, because that's what we want to prioritize. We want to enlist the castaways. Wants us to build an explorer unit. I want this affinity as quickly as possible, so we're just going to buy an explorer unit where it makes the most sense to have an explorer unit. We've got one over there. We've got one expedition here. And I don't know if there's more. This map, I felt like, was pretty light on expeditions. We have no idea what in God's green earth is going on over here. So I think we purchase it here. We're just going to purchase an expedition, so an explorer, which completes this quest chain for us. We had a lot of it already. So now we gain a bonus 11 affinity, which I believe gives us another level, which is excellent. Yep. So we have unit upgrades, and we kind of needed that, as well as worker speed, which is nice. We like worker speed. We have none of these yet, so we're going to ignore. And we have none of these yet, so we're going to ignore. We are going to want to build some defensive rangers and just park them in our cities pretty soon. We probably should have had that already, but we got in a war pretty darn quick this game. So we're good on energy, not as important. We do want a laboratory. We do want energy. I'm sorry, we do want food. We do want energy. Go ahead and build that defensive perimeter. As well as that drone command, we're going to get into that network. So I prioritize a lot of development in my cities, as you can tell, instead of early units and things of that nature. What are you getting next? I want the bonus to culture. So we're going to go over here and build a mine. And chat, I've been going for about 2.5 hours now, a little less than. So I am going to take a quick break, walk around, stretch, grab a drink, a snack for lunch, use the restroom. I would encourage you to do all of those things as well. Make sure you drink water, make sure you're stretching. It's very important to take care of your body. And I will be back in 5-ish minutes or so. I'm going to put some music on and then throw up my BRB screen, and I will see you in a few moments. All right, chat. I am back. Sorry about that delay. Hopefully you all were able to get a little walkie in, get a little stretch, eat to your body's needs, all that jazz. And we're going to jump right back to it. I've got some ramen, stewing, whatever you would call it, beside me. That's going to be my lunch. It's going to feel great on my throat and on this cold day, just to help keep me warm. That's all we can really ask, chat. That's all we can really ask. Kind of poke around with that guy, see what is to be seen. Our units are much weaker than hers, so we want to be careful. But at the same time, if LODs are good strength, and then she can kind of frontline for us and we can give her supporting fire along the way. That's cool. Run this guy over. Don't think we could take that, but it is worth a consideration. Darn, we got no expeditions up here. We were really hoping that we would find at least one more. We'll go ahead and dip up here into this, even though there are probably some aliens in that water. We just want to see what they have. Got that.
No lies now.
Awesome. So now Kavitha is mad at us, which means Kavitha is at war with us and LOD, and Yao Ming is also at war with both of us as well. I don't know that they're allies, but they are certainly a couple of the stronger ones in the game. We were the first to complete the Panopticon, so now we at least have vision. And if we really want, we got +5 orbital range striking for our cities. So we are actually close enough to some of Yao Ming's cities that we might be able to shoot some of her satellites down, which would actually be pretty sweet.
Robots do not complain.
We have access to Air Force now. They are very weak early, but they are good against specific units, so we're still going to build them. And we gained access to auto plants, which are very good.
Your village was ever ruined by
Yeah, absolutely. You bet, neighbor. Would love to keep you happy. In fact, how are we doing on that front? You like us?
sort of woe.
Yeah. What do you think? Cooperate? Excellent. Kind of making it so that this little continent, our little continent, off on its own. I think these need a couple more turns to travel. Kavitha, man, do we not care about who you are or what you think? Don't like that being so close, but here we are. We're going to go auto plant to drone command network here. And then we'll probably build our TAC jets either here or here and then move them to the cities we need them to be in. I do think I want to ramp up my culture production. Also getting into geothermal is not a bad idea. You need floatstone for this, which that branch doesn't really do much for you until after you have unlocked floatstone quarries over here by terraforming. Being able to get on xenomass wells is pretty big though, because they produce a boatload of food. I want the early affinity, and then we're going to grab this. And we're probably going to jump down into here. I don't know about geothermal. That can be a really good energy producer, but it's also a gamble because if there's just not any around you, you've wasted your time going into that tech. And I think we just need to be pursuing I'll try and run that down. Being an open against these guys, not on defensive terrain, probably a losing proposition. So we're going to try and get our two guys next to each other because they're just so much stronger grouped up. They kill? Oh no, it's there. I was like, when did they kill my unit? Now we've seen submarines earlier from Biome, so we're assuming that she has some in here. I'm gonna be a little careful with these. And this cutter we're gonna bring down here. And it's possible that with these three combined, we can take this out. I don't know how likely I think that is, but I think it's worth trying since they declared war on us anyway. Unit died. Zanfelding's mad at us. And all of those need another turn to arrive. We're going to start banking the energy. It's not much now, but eventually that will get us the maximum. Up to 100 energy a turn, just for having things banked. So we'll start working towards that. Get the production upgrades. And then, like I said, this is probably going to be the city that does our attack jets. Ow, ow, ow. It hurts. It hurts. Run away. Get our forces together, and then we can also just kind of sit on that so that hopefully after the war we can claim that. Not surprised to see a nest there. The city's going to be really good once we get Xenomass. We're in like 10-ish turns, however long that takes us. And hanging around our city again. If units come over here, we'll be able to take them out. That's bold. All right, Elodie, you do you. What? We found... So, because our unit pathed that way, we know the submarine is here because this unit would have had no problems going from here to here. Fortunately, that did basically take up a unit of my turn because of how it went down. But here we are. Okay, so this is what I mean by it gets a little bonkers. So I am by far the lowest on power, right? I have had 3 AI declare war on me. Fortunately, it was neither of my neighbors, but in a lot of AI games, it ends up being 1 or 2 of your neighbors you end up being at war with right around the like 70 to 90 turn mark, which makes it so hard to develop, while numero number one is up here freely developing uninhibited by other AI players. So that's part of what makes this game mode so gosh darn difficult when you don't force early alliances. It's part of why we were trying to make our neighbors on our little continent here friendly towards us. Before I forget, first thing you do anytime you go somewhere, you establish a network. This is wasted time, unfortunately, because as soon as we complete this quest to get our 4th agent, we're removing Mamun and moving them to a different city. So we will have to retravel, reestablish a network, basically go through that whole process over again. Okay, so far so good. We haven't died. You have almost died. You not heal there? We're going to heal you up. Otherwise, we're afraid you're just not even going to make it all the way home. So this is where things start to get really hairy. As if they were not already. I care more about killing the melee units than I do about the ranged right now. Cities can only be taken by melee units, so you usually weaken them with your ranged units and then go in for the kill with either soldiers or your armor units. So we're going to prioritize killing the armor. And you are slow. That's good to know. We're going to just kind of keep sitting here with these units, and as they bring land units across the pond, we're going to kill them. Disembarked units are very, very weak unless you have upgrades that give them more defense. Our defensive perimeters give us more health, which is very good in our cities. Why are you pinging my solar collector? Are you telling me that it's almost dead? Only been up for 5 turns. Move our allies together and heal them up, and then maybe the two of them combined can sit on a choke point and be harassing trade or something along those lines. We're going to move one at a time because we're going to try and reveal the enemy. We did not. Hey, all right. What do we get? What do we get? What do we get? What do we get? Not one of my favorites. Really don't care about that. So I'm not a fan of any of these. That can be amazing. Tier Stadium is very good. Oh, man. I think we take that one. I think we take that one. A little awkward that we've got them together. I just think this one's not great. I really like the movement, although attacking cities can be good now. It can be cheeky and try and take that city. I usually do movement, but this is a situation where I actually think the plus 40 attack on a city might make it so we can snake that city from underneath them. Which would be quite excellent. We have unlocked Leash Aliens, so now we can, with our explorers, now that we're moving in more into the mid game, which I consider between like around the 100 turn mark, and then around 160 to 200 turn mark is probably the late game by my definitions. I would. You can use explorers to actually convert alien units, which, yes, they suck, but they are still units and can get in the enemy's way, or harass trade, or break roads, things of that nature. They can be useful picking off these workers that are moving between the cities. The AI does that a lot. So yes, the alien units are not as good as your units, but they are free and they cost life points on your explorer to leash them. And eventually you can unlock the ability to leash colossal alien units, so then you can get some of the Krakens. Like sea dragons right around now are pretty strong, so I'll probably try and use my explorer over here to maybe get a sea dragon to send over here. Honestly, a strategy is just grab this one, bring it over here, camp this nest, and as aliens spawn, leash them to go attack this with. Like, that's an idea I don't hate. You're too weak, but we might end up doing it with you so that we can keep getting artifacts from our expeditions over here. So, next turn. Oh, I'm improving my land. I'm just not improving it as fast as y'all want me to improve it. What affinity is he? Because we don't want to lose him as an ally. Oh, not what I wanted. Next turn we'll be able to get an upgrade here. Never gonna let me look at him. Gonna take a look, see what's over there. Workers are actually stronger in the water than like... Whoops, I moved into range on that. I didn't mean to do that yet. We're going to take a bunch of damage here for free that we did not need to take. That makes me sad. I think leashing the aliens makes them angry, so I'm going to hold off on that. Like, sea dragons are what we want right now, but those are not in the location we want them. We're going to hold off. Yep. 20 damage that we didn't need to take because I am dumb. We are going to get to shoot that for free. Shoot that one for free. Take the extra food. We're going to get shot by that. We're out of range there. I don't see that she has any ranged units yet. So we're relatively safe in that regard. Our extra vision really helping us out here from the Panopticon. Yes, please. How can we make you happy?
So the world.
These technologies, orbital units, and intrigue? Can we get anything from you? I have 30 diplomatic income right now. Really want to keep developing my own personality traits. Usually I do trade station yields are higher. I'm not trading with stations. I'm honestly not entirely sure which of these I want. I'll probably defer this for now. Just keep on this. And then if I get some trade up with some trade stations, I'll get that. That reminds me, I think you can have a trade convoy. And then once this gets to 10, so in 9 more turns, we'll be able to have a second one unlock in this city. So you get one initially, and then every 10 citizen size that you have after that, you gain an additional one. So this is about to have its second. That's once we get the Xenomass wells up and running, this is probably going to catch up to the other two very quickly in population size. So nothing up here to want. Having a hard time finding new expeditions. So we are probably going to send this over. So let's just send this back home, upgrade its modules, or get its modules back. And then we can start leashing aliens with it. They're bringing armor over. This is all we're doing. We just want to like kind of keep them thinking that we can dip in for an attack, and then kind of dip back out. We're just delaying them. We don't really want to fight them there. 3 more turns, we'll be able to get these. What can you do? Just build another farm. Come over here. We'll build another mine so that we can get more culture. I don't remember if these are, if Makaras are considered colossal units, so we'll look that up real quick. Yep, so those are colossal. I assumed they were because they're the amphibious one. So that being in the neighborhood makes us less want to come over here and pick a fight. When is it that my battleships upgrade again? 7. So that's pretty key. That's a good upgrade for us. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for future content, and check us out on Twitch for some of our streams.